Raw travelers, here is the latest video. This one is about a low-cost carrier, Airlines, in the Philippines. They are based out of the Philippines, but they do fly to many other parts of Asia. For example, I will just click on the from origin down arrow, and as you can see, they fly to Sydney, Bangladesh, Brunei, Cambodia, several places in China, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Japan, Kuwait, Macau, Malaysia, Maldives, Myanmar, and then of course many places within the Philippines, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, United Arab Emirates, United States of America, they fly to Guam, and Vietnam. So there's quite a few places that you can fly into or out of the Philippines with Cebu Pacific. Well, I was just saying that they are a low-cost carrier. For example, I can find, let's just try to do a, well, I actually did this search just recently. It says your last search. I'm going to click on your view recent searches, and I'm going to look at, it says to book this flight, but I'm going to look at the options just to get an idea how expensive a typical flight is on this airlines. Usually flights range anywhere, of course if it's domestic, they'll range anywhere between as little as like $25 to go one way up to maybe $75 to $80. And for international flights, you might have to go up to maybe $150 to $160 for an average flight. So here is a typical flight on Cebu Pacific. It's from Davao to Zamboanga. And as you can see, here is the fare. There are 3 fares. This is a fly and bag. So if you have a bag to check, you would be taking this fare. If you don't have a bag to check, they do allow you to carry on one small item up to, I believe, 7 kilograms. But if you do have anything more than that, you need to check it, and then you would probably go with this fare. I believe though you can pre-book a bag that's really small, a small bag under 7 kilograms that you want to check for even less than the difference between these two. So the difference between these two is around 360, almost 360 pesos. At the time of this recording, a peso is about 50 pesos to $1 US, so that would be around $7. Yeah, you could probably check a really small bag for less than $7, probably for around $4 or $5. But if you do have a pretty big bag, you would probably take this one. And then there's a third category with fly plus bag plus meal. If you would like to have a meal on the flight, then you would go with this one. I would most likely take the least expensive one. And since the Philippine peso is at 50 to the US dollar, this price in US dollar is around $40, just under $40. So that's a pretty decent fare. This is a flight that I believe it says right here, it's a 1-hour flight, and for $40 it's pretty difficult to find a flight much cheaper than that. Of course it depends on where you're going. There's not much competition on this route. If you take a flight that has more competition, you probably find better fares. So that is what I recommend when you do fly into or out of the Philippines. Make sure to check with Cebu Pacific. Also check with AirAsia, because they do compete on certain destinations within the country and also outside the country. So hopefully we'll see you soon on another flight.